I just had a fabulous listener email me and she said, Sarah, does Nutrafol work for men too? You better believe it. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement for men and women, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Hello, me included. Nutrafol changed my life post-baby and postpartum hair. Amazing. Also, a lot of women going through menopause say that Nutrafol works for them as well. And like I mentioned, it works for the fellas. Take the first step right now to visibly thicker, healthier hair for a limited time. Nutrafol is offering my TSFS listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and you enter the promo code TSFS. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and hair care stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code TSFS. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code TSFS. Woohoo! Every day I am getting one step closer to having another healthy baby, and Caraway Home is helping me do that. Their ceramic, naturally slick surface cookware allows you to cook with minimal butter. They're very easy to clean, just a little warm water, you wipe it down. And the best part is that Caraway products are made without any toxic materials like BFASs, BTFEs, and a bunch of other things like I can't even pronounce. So you don't have to worry about that. Right now, visit carawayhome.com/TSFS to take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to my Sarah Fraser Show listeners. So visit carawayhome.com/TSFS or use code TSFS at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. It's time for you to see what all the fuss is about, read about their 5-star reviews, and why so many TSFS fans buy Caraway Home. Order now.
Survivor 46 is here, and so is On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast, and we have a twist this season. The winner of Survivor 45, Dee Valladares, will be joining us every week.
We're going behind the scenes of the biggest moments, the how and the why things happen, and the strategy and analysis you can only get from someone like me, a Survivor winner.
Listen to On Fire, the official Survivor podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Why are you in such a good mood this morning? You are. You're very happy. He came on here. And by the way, he's got this zip-up sweater. Of course, it's sweatshirt. If you're watching on YouTube, you already see. But, I mean, this man has Tom Selleck chest hair coming out. Honey. Oh, my God. We are an Ozempic gay with a lot of chest hair. I love it. Yes.
Okay, first of all, I'm bringing sexy back. I got my tickets to anyone going to the New Jersey and the New York City show of the one, the only JT.
Oh
it's like
God.
in October.
Wait,
I'm
why
going to see
did
some
you tell
Justin
me?
Timberlake.
We could have gone together out here in LA. I want to go at SoFi. I'm thinking of going last minute solo dolo because my husband doesn't want to see JT. I don't know if any of my girlfriends.
I think it's at Kia, but I'll go to a third show with you, little JT.
What? Let's
action.
go. Oh my God, that show is going to be so good. Oh, I love him.
Really? I've seen him before. It was great. And look, this sweatshirt I'm wearing is Paula Abdul.
I saw him tour with NSYNC back in the day, and they were unbelievable. Oh my God, they were so
Rumor
good.
is Jessica Biel is very, very nervous about the tour. It just made headlines again.
Why?
Like she is. Well, he was kissy, feeling up that. You remember this whole thing, that
Yes.
picture, and she was between his legs, and Miss Biel is listen, it's hard to be hot and famous and married,
He's a catch, and he is one to what I bet he's a big flirt. And I was actually more worried. I think he's going to have a hard time on selling out this tour. I think it's going to be very rough, this tour. I don't know. I just have a feeling. But maybe not. Maybe he can bring out NSYNC and some other, like I said, I hope he does Dick in a Box. Like, I want him to bring out, Andy Sandberg and, Jimmy Fallon. I think he's going to pull some tricks up his sleeve because people are very either Team Britney or Team JT.
I'm okay with both. I mean, Blackout, my favorite Britney album ever. After the Breakdown, it's great music. And JT's my boy. I think it's good
Wow.
music, but they're saying it charted very low and he hasn't had any hits. And
He made
yeah.
a faux pas with this back and forth with Britney. She ended up apologizing. I don't know if you read her memoir. I actually read her memoir, which was very, very interesting to read. And she came out and said, I'm really sorry about everything I wrote about JT. Because, of course, she accused him of having a black scent. And she said, he kind of wanted her to get an abortion. Then he dumped her right after she got the abortion. And he was the love of her life to this day, I believe. She was madly in love. And I think she would have run away with him at 19, had his babies, and been just as happy as pursuing being Britney. But then he went on stage and said, I apologize to absolutely fucking no one. And he should have just left it. And honestly, if I were him, I would have called her, tried to make nice, and brought her out for my LA show in those jean outfits they famously wore to the VMAs back in the day. And I would have sang a song with her. The world would have stopped for a moment. I don't know why he's not that bright. I've heard mixed things, like maybe he's just such a cocky SOB, but
I've heard some things. Well, you and I have talked about this in terms of like Mr. Lewis and Miss McDonald. Hi, Heather. Heather, listen, she's a fan, and I love her. I love her for that. We've talked about this, like, do these feuds like Lewis and McDonald?
Yeah, do they work?
There's some earrings, and guess what? I still don't know. I said this before. Someone thought I was kidding. The only earrings I know are the $750,000 from my buddy, Ronald Richards. I love Ronald Richards. That's real. But the only ones I know are those with the Erica Jane. And then we had the producers from The Housewife and The Hustler and my girl, Kimberly Archie. I have no fucking clue what these people are talking about, these earrings with Heather and Jeff. I don't know. I truly don't know anything about them. But apparently there was some big feud over some earrings, and this one's lying and that one's lying. And I'm not taking sides because I don't fucking know what happened.
I didn't pay attention either. I grew up in morning radio, and there were always radio wars. People were always feuding, which was very Howard Stern. Howard was always feuding with Opie and Anthony or with Don Imus. And when I was on the Kane show, we always took that. We were feuding with Bobby Brown. And of course, I've told this story many times, but Phaedra Parks was his attorney back in the day. We were beefing with them. I mean, we were always, and it did work in the early aughts. I don't know if it works. I feel like it works for this quick spike, and then I don't know. Do people care? But maybe it's helped their ratings.
I only talk about RHONJ on the Patreon, but the RHONJ crap, those people fight all the time. Oh my God, I can't keep up. I don't know if it helps. Guess what? By the way, when you talk about your radio stuff, just in case you don't know, Howard won, whatever feud it was.
Howard was the best. Oh my God, Howard was the best. There's nobody greater on earth. I mean, the show is not particularly great now, but it doesn't matter. He was such a rock star back in the day. Oh, Howard was the best. Anyway, I tend to think, I really don't think it works. I bet Jeff's ratings are the same as they were before. And he probably got a huge spike when everything was going down, and now it's just leveled out. And I think Heather's is the same. I've always said I'm a huge fan of her show. She's an incredible podcaster, one of the few, because unfortunately you and I have sampled a lot of shows, and but Heather is one of the good ones. I don't know that it's particularly helped Heather.
I don't know that it's particularly helped her either. I know that there was there was a lot of fallout on both sides from that,
I think people get into it for a minute and then they're over it. And the other one, do you ever listen to that True Crime Obsessed podcast? Apparently that guy that runs that, he I think he does a lot of shady stuff. And I mean, I think his ratings are just the same. I mean, they're good. I know there's a whole Reddit based on him.
It is what it is. You know who's also having a little bit of a problem these days? This Leah McSweeney.
Oh,
she's bought a lawsuit. There's no, let's just review. Caroline has sued, and I told you this on the phone yesterday. I mean, I don't know if everyone realizes this. Like, Caroline has sued, Shed Media and Bravo and the parent company, Warner Brothers. She didn't sue Andy. And I've known this from a very reliable source, but I don't know if I ever said this on air. Remember when Andy was in New York, when Jeff Lewis was in New York, he comes to New York because he's like, let me have Countess on and Maj the Saj, and he has all the New York people on. Sometimes he comes here and he puts the. So when he was in New York, Caroline was on Jeff Lewis and Andy showed up because it's the same building, Sirius, and called Caroline out and talked to her in the hall. I don't know if everyone remembers when this happened, but someone told me at that time, and I mean, I could reveal it here today, like that he was pulled Caroline out and said, I just want to thank you because I know you're about to sue everyone. And thank you for not personally suing me. I believe it. I was told at the time this. Caroline, I've said from the beginning, was in arbitration right away because that's what the contract said. And then she went to the suit, but they all knew it was coming. And he called her out and said, I just want to thank you for not suing me personally. And Brandy has sued no one. Well, now Andy is sued personally, in addition to NBC and Shed and Warner Brothers by Leah McSweeney. Did you ever have expected this one?
Yes, I would have expected this because she was in the Vanity Fair reality reckoning article that sort of fell short of, I think, what we were all hoping. It really was a nothing burger. Why is Warner Brothers mentioned, though? Because, I'm a TLCer, which is owned by Warner Brothers. I adore Warner Brothers. And nobody's more of a genius than Howard Lee, who is the one that's put on 90 Day, My 600-Pound Life, 1,000-Pound Sister. I mean, Howard's a genius. So why is she suing my friends at Warner? I don't like this.
Well, Miss Manzo has sued them as well. Warner Brothers apparently owns Shed Media, which is put on Girls Trip, RHONJ Reboot. So Shed Media is responsible for bringing the Singa Stinga into our life, but really it's Warner Brothers because they own Shed Media. And let me tell you, as much money as Shed Media has, darling, Warner Brothers has a lot more.
Oh, they do. They do. It's my favorite network. All right. Okay. So now I am up to speed. Now I understand this. I'm not shocked that Leah is suing. Are you?
No. Now, let's not forget. I mean, one thing has nothing to do with the other, but Leah sued back in the day. You know about this. She sued a police officer. This is before RHONJ. This is before I was on season 4, everyone. Go to Netflix and watch me and watch Leah McSweeney on The Millionaire Matchmaker season 4 and watch our good friend Patty Singer. But even before she was on Millionaire Matchmaker, she got $75,000. She was trying to get into, I think it was Limelight or Tunnel, one of the New York iconic clubs, and I guess a police officer, something happened, I think with security, maybe they were saying, and a police officer put his hands on her. This is really generalizing the facts. I could be wrong on some of these facts because I haven't read the words in a long time, but basically she sued and she got $75,000 from the police officer, the police association, whatever the hell it is. She got $75,000 and that's how she started Married to the Mob. So Miss McSweeney has been known to file a suit or two. Just saying, it's neither here nor there, right? We can't hold these things against anyone. And now she is suing for, and you have to wonder, is Bethenny behind Brandy? Is Bethenny behind this? Is Bethenny behind? I mean, Bethany's really quiet in a way about a lot of these things. And I mean, what a brilliant move if you're actually the one behind all of this and you're not suing anyone. Well played, Miss Frankel. Well played. Your reality reckoning, but she's such a grandstander, that Frankel, isn't she? So, like, you think she would
I told
say,
you all that a long time ago. Like, unfollow. Why are you even with somebody? No. She's the biggest grandstander. At a blowhard and coming after Travis Kelce's dad. And it's just so, any grasping of straws. How's that working for her? How's that working for her show? Is the ratings good?
Who likes Miss Frankel? I was just at Melissa Ribba's house over there to record our in person, and we talked about Miss Frankel. Miss Rivers thinks Miss Frankel is a very smart. So you and Miss Rivers disagree, but I love
to talk to Melissa because Melissa has seen them all. Melissa, I would be happy to be schooled by Miss Rivers. Maybe she knows something I don't. What is so genius about Bethenny? Now, do I think she was genius in Skinny Girl? Yeah, I do. I think she was excellent at that. I think she was great at reality. I'm just saying it's gotten to a point now. It's just, for me, she just wants attention. It's just attention now. It's like she never slows down to go, what would be an impactful, meaningful show I could do? And I think that she's trying to leave her legacy with creating a reality union, which is, I've said this a million times, a fantastic idea. But if it was really a union for reality stars across the board, where are your VH1 stars? Where are your TLC stars? Where are you calling out Warner Brothers? Where are you calling out? It's a personal thing against Andy. I don't know why. I have no idea. Right? Tell me why. Why is it she hates Andy so much?
I mean, if you want my opinion, I think that Bethenny wants to be the most famous, most successful, richest person ever associated with Bravo. Now, she doesn't care about the corporate guy at NBC that makes millions of dollars and the head, corner that's getting his dick sucked in the back room. She don't care about that person because they ain't famous. But I think she views Andy Cohen as the one person that is richer and more successful than her that's also famous from the network. I really think that's what it is. When you think of rich Bravo celebrities, I mean, Bethenny is the one that, I'm not talking about Kyle or the agency, just that came in and did it. People are like, Bethenny did it. And I think she came up with Andy, they came up together. So Andy was always making money and she was always making money, but they both come really far. You make 20 something million, 30 million a year. Now for 10 years, Andy's loaded. So I think she just wants to be the top dog, not Andy.
Well, I don't know how people are such huge fans. That's not, it's so self-centered. Do something great for, you have an awesome idea with a reality union. In fact, I believe SAG-AFTRA came forward and said, we'll help you. Now, where's that? Why isn't Fran been on? Why isn't Miss Drescher, the head of SAG-AFTRA, been on Bethenny's podcast to talk about it?
Well, she's been on the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast twice. Go and listen to our episodes with Miss Fran Drescher. But
enough with everybody knows how I feel about Bethenny. And I like some parts that Bethenny does. I do think she's a genius, but it's so self-centered. It's just, I call him the no-Zempic, been on Ozempic doctor. I'm talking about Dr. Applin and his wife who founded My Optimal Body. I am so happy about this. These are the first mindful eating-based doctors I have ever partnered with. They see patients nationwide, and they are seeing more patients who have been on Ozempic, and Ozempic has failed for them. What makes My Optimal Body so unique, and why am I endorsing them? It's because Dr. Applin actually looks at food additives, your addiction to food, your mental health. They do a whole look at you, including your gut health. Many of Dr. Applin's patients are working out, restricting their diets, and still gaining weight. Why is that? Because something's going on in your body and with your mind. Visit myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. Be sure to tell them the Sarah Fraser Show sent you so you can qualify for a free personalized assessment, plus a bonus free 30-day supply of their gut repair product when you sign up for a customized plan. Again, that's myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. How about getting up to 5 hours of your life back when you sign up for Hungry Root meal prep and delivery service? I'm obsessed. I've tried a lot of meal prep boxes. This is one of my favorites. In fact, I actually emailed the client to see if I can get a year's supply. They're like, Sarah, use your own damn code. Anyway, right now, I want you to go to hungryroot.com/TSFS because you are getting 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. The average Hungry Root customer saves 5 hours a week. That was us. On top of that, you can pick from vegetarian, keto, meat, anything that you like. Right now, Hungry Root is offering TSFS listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. As I mentioned, just go to hungryroot.com/TSFS to get 40% off your first delivery and get those free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/TSFS. Also, don't forget to use my link so Hungry Root knows who sent you. Yeah.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
And I'm being honest. I mean, do I truly, in my heart of hearts, look, it's a topic I love to talk about, like the mistreatment of people by Bravo. It's an interesting, I think the topic interests her, but in my heart of hearts, do I truly think that Bethenny wakes up and she's like, I care about Leah, I care about Anna Marie Wiley, I care about, I don't know, Heather Gay. No, I don't. I think she wants her legacy to be that I changed the face of reality TV. I do. So I think, look, if we get there, we get there. But I agree with you. It doesn't seem like we're involving the person who's being mistreated on Love is Blind, that's left on the island or wherever the fuck they are on that show. I think it's all against Andy. And this suit is...
Yeah, exactly. We're all the Love is Blind people. We're all the Married at First Sight folks. We're all the, anyhow, everyone's tired of hearing me talk about that. Do you think there's merit to this lawsuit? Because the big headline yesterday, Andy has since come out and said, it's false. None of this is true. But Leah says that he does coke with certain housewives. And then our favorite housewives who probably do a ton of coke, Dorinda and Luann and Cynthia Bailey, came out and said, oh, it's not true. I love Andy. Are you kidding? And I mean, I think they all accused Dorinda of being a cokehead at the last reunion she was on.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. Well, first of all, Miss McSweeney has sued, claiming, let's back up the bus. You have a reverse button. Let's back up the bus for just a second. Miss McSweeney has claimed a hostile work environment over her 109 pages. She said that a Bravo, Andy, Shed, and Warner Brothers pressured employees to consume alcohol, ignored her desire to stay sober, and colluded with her colleagues, pressuring her to drink. She says that she was retaliated against for wanting to stay sober, that Andy and the others favor cast members who drink. They get better edits and better opportunities. She says they intentionally weaponized her deep, dark secrets against her to try to break her psyche. They knew she suffered from depression, bipolar disorder, anxiety. She was sober for 9 years. Then the month before she signed the contract to start filming RHONJ, she relapsed and drank. And she told the RHONJ producers, I have signed. I will start filming next week for season 12. But I have been sober and I just relapsed a month ago. They said, okay, we got it. But now you're back on the program. That's good. But they put her in scenarios that might trigger another relapse and exacerbate her mental disabilities. Producers gathered more of her dark secrets to use against her to make good TV. See, here's the thing. So there's a lot in there. She's suing for, I think she's suing for unlawful acts of disability discrimination, which I think is her strongest claim, hostile work environment, retaliation, sex and gender discrimination. Yeah, those are the things. Look, I think the disability thing, she might have some type of claim, like I'm an alcoholic, but I mean, this is where it's weird. It's like, okay, producers are gathering your deep, dark secrets to use against you. Well, that's the job description, sweetheart. That is the actual job description. That is what they do. Anyone out there listening, if you want to sign on the dotted line tomorrow to become a housewife, your deep, dark secrets will be used against you by your castmates, by producers, by your friends, by Andy. That is the job. At MTV, that is the job, at Big Brother, that is the job on Survivor. That is the job. Housewives more so than ever. Go on.
No, I agree with every single thing you said. I don't even know if I agree with the disability claim. I don't think she has. I don't think she has enough, to be honest.
These are top lawyers, and so they were Cardi B's lawyers. Obviously, I mean,
for
Leah
what? Cardi B against Tasha K? For the defamation suit?
Yeah. Now, I don't know what happened with this, but I believe they won $4 million.
They did win that from Tasha, yeah.
So I'm Tasha K. I'm not familiar with this gentleman or woman or they, them, non-binary. Never
She's a
assume in
woman.
today's society. Okay,
She's a
never
woman.
assume in today's society. We're all about wokeness. Kelly Dodd is very upset with how woke Leah is. We'll get into that in a second.
I kind of agreed with Kelly on that one.
Listen, I mean, I'm gonna make some.
Kelly said you guys wanted all these woke people on NBC, and this is what you got.
Let me tell you something. And by the way, Kelly's now, because I'm going to say so. I'm not even against Kelly. Whatever I say, she's going to say, he wants to be famous. He's desperate. None of this is true. He's desperate. Girl, I'm more successful financially in life than you are. So just back up. She's going to say his voice, this, that. Kelly, she thinks I'm some like woke person in the corner just because I'm a gay man that loves to suck dick. There are gay conservatives. I am socially a liberal and financially a little conservative, you know? So girl, Kelly, don't make assumptions. But yes, Kelly has gone on it. First of all, when Rick was reading these charges and going through everything against Andy, Kelly is literally shitting her pants. She is so fucking excited. She is literally probably drunk off her ass. She is so excited. She cannot even contain herself. She is a pig in shit. She is so happy. She's so happy. And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm not taking that away from her. She's so happy. Rick is like, and this, and says, Andy does this. And Kelly's like, the smile. She can't even control the smile on her face. This woman is so happy, which I'm not taking that away from you, Kelly. I get it, girl. They kicked you out and you're happy. But it was very funny. She's like, yeah. I'm like, I love how Rick reads this. And that is what Kelly takes away from this. It's because Leah's woke. I thought it was kind of funny. She's like this, she's woke, and the woke people don't want to work. And the woke people just want to take what the hard-earned money of the conservatives. And this is what you get from hiring a bunch of woke people because they're lazy and they want to run a scam and they just want free shit. That's pretty much what she said. And I'm like, I love how she turns this into woke versus not woke. Go on. That's not even negative towards my girl, Kelly. It's actually kind of positive. Go on.
Well, the other thing that Rick and Kelly said on their show that's kind of gone viral is Rick, who famously was at Fox News and then exited Fox News. You know, he believes that they are Bravo or NBC behind the scenes is working to get rid of and to work a deal with Andy. Do we think that's true? See, you and I were talking about this yesterday on the phone. I don't know. Are we beyond it? I mean, I feel like unless you're Diddy now, like, I mean, Diddy is going down, like everything that Diddy did. But I don't know. Like I feel like they try to come so hard for Andy. And it's like, and Kathy Griffin, when her old clip went viral that when she went to watch What Happens Live, Andy offered her cocaine. Now, see that to me, it's like, was Andy her boss? You told me Andy was her boss. I think it is.
She was on that. Well, I mean, listen, okay, there's a lot in there too. Gosh, we have such an interesting show today, guys. And then we'll get into Dorinda saying,
no one cares. Everybody knows she does coke. Who cares what Dorinda has to say? Now, I will say,
right?
I don't know what to think about Andy Cohen because I just had Ashley Darby from RHOP on my show, and she loves Andy. We spent a great amount of time. She says that she would not still be doing the show 8 seasons in if it wasn't for Andy. She says that Andy is thoughtful in his production with them, how he picks people, you know, or how he's involved in picking the people and the storylines. I mean, she really... Like, she also went above and beyond to say he's amazing.
Wow. Well, I mean, look, and then you get into, well, here's the thing. I mean, then you get into coke. So now we have like an illegal, I mean, coke is an illegal substance. Like, well, this isn't, I mean, I get off the elevator in my very high-end building where I live. And I mean, I can't talk about Uber. I walk out my front door here and on my floor. And I mean, I'm like high. So, I mean, welcome to California, people. Oh, yeah. Nobody here is sober at all. People are high from the minute they wake up to the minute they go to bed. Coke, as last time I checked, is still an illegal substance in, you know, the United States of America. So it's a weird thing now when I hear the coke and that is in Leah's suit and that thing with Kathy. I mean, now we're talking about an illegal substance. So and you think about it, look, let's close our eyes. Could we picture Andy offering some coke backstage at Watch What Happens? Yeah. I mean, that's not, can you picture, Jimmy Fallon, Jay Leno, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Jon Stewart. Can you picture them? Or Drew Barrymore during the day? Bethenny Frankel when she had her talk show. Unfortunately, that failed and it was canceled. Jennifer Hudson, can you picture them doing it? Not really. So let's not stereotype, but you could.
Jimmy Fallon, yes, there's been a lot of rumors, not about cocaine, but alcohol. Let's see. David Letterman was famously sleeping with staff members.
What was he doing?
David Letterman was sleeping with staff members. Remember, he had a producer try to blackmail him. That's how he had to come out.
Yeah.
And he was married, has a lovely son, and had to say that in front of, his wife.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Get in, loser! Mean Girls is now streaming on Paramount Plus. Join Katie Heron as she meets the plastics in Tina Fey's new twist on the modern classic. Get ready for more of the rumors, backstabbing, and jokes you loved from the original movie with some fetch surprises. Rated PG-13. Wear pink and head to ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me. Come on, you've worked in work environments. I've seen my bosses. I've told you, like radio bosses I've gone to strip clubs with. I have never done coke. I've never been offered coke, but
neither. Oh, I've been offered it every day, basically.
Wait, maybe I have been offered coke.
It's like a gay man, like not to stereotype, but it's like a gay man in your 20s in New York City. I could have been the biggest cokehead for free but I've never done coke either. No judgments. It's not for me, nor will it ever be for me. It's never going to happen.
Well, I wish I would have been older in the 90s because that's when the time to do it. Now, with fentanyl, who's going to mess with any drugs? Like, I'm sorry. That's why people are high all the time, because they don't have any choices anymore. They can't do coke. They can't do pills. It's all laced with fentanyl. Now those days are over. Like the heyday
Go to
of
a bar,
doing good
order
drugs.
your martini, pray that no one slips you a roofie, and just call it a night. You know what I mean?
Like, actually, if I was going to do coke, I'd actually ask Andy, because I'd say, you do it first. I want to make sure there's no fentanyl in here. And then, he's got the good stuff. And my guess is he's probably got somebody testing it. He probably has a cute gay guy with him that he makes snort it first. And if that guy doesn't pass out from fentanyl and die, then he does it. Actually, I would do it with him. That's like
Sarah's 10-step plan. If you're going to go do coke, have someone try it for you. Okay. Right. Well, I think that this is where we get into an illegal substance. And I don't know, look,
they got to prove it, though. Come on, you're a lawyer. She made these allegations. So Correct. Did she witness this, or this is hearsay? Did he offer her cocaine and she did it with him as her boss? That's a whole different story, I would think. But from what I saw, she accuses him of doing cocaine with certain housewives and then giving them favorable treatment. But did you witness that? Do you have that on video? Do you have that on tape? How do you prove that?
She's claiming now that Ramona colluded with the Singa Stinga. She's saying the Singa Stinga colluded with producers and basically outed her after the Tiki Torch incident. Ramona said something, I guess, in her confessional or whatever. It's no wonder Leah acts this way when she drinks, like something about it brings out her bipolar disorder. So she's claiming, I never said I had a bipolar disorder. I told Ramona in confidence. Now, Ramona was colluding that she was told to bring that out. So go and sue Ramona too, girl. She has semi-deep pockets. Not really, but deep enough, girl. You get something. I don't know. Look, do I think the network? I truly think the network is sorry for two things. One, look, you never want someone to have too much power, right? You got to cut that off. Like when you have someone working for you and they start to open their mouth and they want more and more and more, and you're like, I gave you more, and you think you're the backbone of this show, bitch. Bye-bye. Just David. That's all we need here. That I'm referring to.
No, you always bring
you gotta cut that cancer out. Cut that fucking cancer out. So I think personally, producers and networks and I think everyone is sorry that they have a franchise in the Housewives franchise known as RHONJ, and they have a very unusual circumstance where they basically have given one woman so much power, Teresa Giudice. And she ain't no great shakes. Don't you think? Don't you think? And we talk Patreon. That's the only place I talk RHONJ. You're getting a little taste of it here today. You want me to talk RHONJ? Join the fucking Patreon. But, Teresa, she's no great shakes. Just because I have things to say about Melissa, I say all the time, don't you think I'm no tree hugger? That woman is no better. She is no better. So I think they're upset that they gave one person too much power and the whole franchise is based on this woman's backs. And I think they are truly sorry that they have created an executive producer who is also the face of the network. There is no other network that this exists. And I mean, Andy gets stopped on the street. What's going on? Did you do Vanderpump? I don't know. I have nothing to do with Vanderpump Rules. I'm not told. He's not told anything about Vanderpump Rules. He's not a producer. Go and ask Alex Baskin. He doesn't know what's going on Southern Charm. I mean, so we associate Andy with the face of the network. I think they are so sorry that they are in this situation. So I don't know. I mean, part of me is like, how could you not have some repercussion from this? And then part of me is like, Melissa Rivers, on our show, we did. It was out last Monday. She's like, Andy is untouchable. And a lot of housewives, I told you, I have been having conversations with housewives, Bravo celebrities, people that are on the network past. Most people are like, oh, please, he's going to escape. He's going to be just fine. So I don't know. And I don't mean like, oh, let's take him down. I just mean like, I don't know. I'm really confused by this. So, I mean, it's an illegal substance. So how could there not be an investigation? How could there not be protocols put in place? How could you not be like suspended from Watch What Happens until an investigation is complete? Like there's no cameras that are in the back. I don't know. And then part of me is like, is Andy untouchable? Is he? And if so, how did we get here? Because we don't have that on ABC. We don't have that on MTV. We have corporate producers and executive producers, and then we have talent, right? How did we get here? Any ideas?
No, I don't know how we got here. I just think karma always gets you. If Andy is a really bad person, then this will bring him down. If it's not this, then it will be something else. I mean, we've seen it. You're seeing it with Diddy. You've seen it with Harvey Weinstein. You've seen it with Roger Ailes. You saw
the one
with,
who's dead, the one who hung himself in jail.
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein, awful.
Yeah, that one.
Les Moonves, from
don't you talk about Julie Chen's husband. Don't you talk about my Julie Chen Moonves.
He had someone on staff giving blowjobs. How do I get that job? He's not a bad looking guy. I would have done that.
She stuck by her husband, and those women on that show turned on her. Julie, I got your back.
Julie. And I know Julie has found God, and I'm very religious as well. But I mean, for the love of God, I mean, who... You expected your girlfriends to be like, hey, you know what, girl? We're with you. We know your man put a woman on staff that was blowing him under the desk, for $80K a year. But we're with you, girl. Like, give me a fucking break. Bye.
Okay. Difference of opinion.
If Andy is a bad person, then karma will get him. Then this will be it. I don't know. I don't know. You're a lawyer. You know better than I do. I guess you have to prove these things. She has to have something, I guess. And I guess she does. We'll see how it all plays out. But I mean, he's not being fired over the Carolyn Manzo lawsuit for sure, because that's
still there. Yeah.
That's the producers on site. He won the Nini. So,
Brandy has some things to say, Miss Glanville, about some treatment.
She hasn't filed. Well, we all have things to say.
No, she hasn't filed. Yeah.
You and I go on and talk about past employers and we can say all that, but then, lots of times there's statute of limitations to sue, and I've been mistreated at work. I'm sure you have. I don't intend to sue them.
And I don't believe in like a witch hunt. I don't believe in, it's very easy in today's society to say something, we all jump on the bandwagon and it becomes true. I don't believe in that. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's funny because a housewife yesterday said to me, like, God, everyone loves Andy. Look at the comments. And I said to her, you're wrong. Everyone does not love Andy. Everyone fucking hates Leah McSweeney. So the comments you're reading, no, but it's true. You should read these comments.
Yeah, no, they're not favorite.
I'm gonna sue you, you fucking bitch. You ruined RHONJ. You ruined RHONJ. Shut up. They want their Dorinda. They want their Ramona. They want their Sonia. So they're upset. And I'm like, and this housewife is like, you're right. I'm like, nobody hates Andy. They just think Brandy is a total mess. You know what I mean? I mean, have I don't know who's beloved at the network. Do you know what I mean? Have someone non-offensive come out and have claims. I'm not so sure everybody loves Andy so much. Plenty do, and I'm all for that. Actually, Darby does. Luann has done her video. I'm not coming for the guy. I'm just saying, like, if you read the comments, I don't necessarily know if everyone loves Andy. People just hate Leah and blame her for ruining RHONJ. And here we are in 2020 all over again. So
under Leah's comments, what are your thoughts on the following people? Kelly Cutrone says, all true.
They're very good friends, just in real life. So just like I tell you, I would stand by everyone. You still listen to me. You still follow me. When I say if Jed Shaw was my friend, I would stand by her. If that was my lifelong friend. Her and Cutrone are like old school New York. Let's go to the clubs. Let's come up. Like when Debbie Mazar and Madonna were living in the East Village on $1. Go on.
There is the one, the only David Yontef. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow because there is a lot more information coming out about Leah, about Andy Cohen. And David weighs in more on his own personal opinion. Plus, where is Kate Middleton? Tomorrow on the show, we get an interesting phone call from Rachel Uchitel. Yes, famous tabloid Rachel Uchitel, connected years ago with Tiger Woods. She calls in live to the show to go, where's Kate Middleton? Anyway, we'll get into that. You guys can follow reddit.com/r/The Sarah Fraser Show. Bye, everybody.